Imagine waiting so long for GTA 6 only to find out that Rockstar did indeed get that yee ass haircut. Hit the like button, because I don't know if I can get through this one. Unfortunately, satire is all but dead at this point. I don't give a what the gender of the protagonist is. There have been many great games with female main characters. That's not the issue here. They make it seem like they're so brave, like this is the first time a woman has ever been the lead character in a game. If she's written like Ellen Ripley or Sarah Connor or even Seamus, there's no issues whatsoever. However, if she's written like Charlie's Angels or Rey Palpatine from Star Wars, in other words, forced diversity, yeah, we're gonna have a big fucking problem. The most sacrilegious part of this is them cutting back on any potential offensive jokes. Just imagine your character in GTA 6 saying, "Get out of the car," and the person driving is like, "I didn't give you consent to take my vehicle." Your character's like, "Oh, never mind. Roll credits, the end of GTA 6. I mean, what's next? There's not going to be any car theft. You're going to have to go buy a car at a dealership and fill out proper forms each time you need a new one." Do you remember the days when the game industry was like rock bands, rebelling against the system? Well, not anymore. Only indie developers know what's more important, and that is making games that people want to play. I know, crazy concept. You know, GTA was like South Park. Now both are reeling back when the entire existence of both franchises was to be satirical, comical. Imagine being so sensitive to making certain jokes when the name of your game is a literal crime. That's the end of another franchise, folks. A woke GTA game. Yeah, I'll be passing on that. In other words, the next GTA is not an actual GTA game at all, but just an attempt to make a video game for the woke, politically correct mob. You know, the sad but ironic thing is that these same people, Rockstar, are the same people who went through years long worth of lawsuits with Puritans to keep making GTA as edgy as possible back in the early 2000s. But now they're capitulating to these losers who are less than 0.1% of the population. None of these people existed 5 years ago, by the way. But that's who you're going to strategize your entire business around. Yeah. I think it's time we teach Rockstar the most basic prophecy of all time. Say it with me, folks. Get woke, go broke. See, the problem isn't that Rockstar is doing it. The problem is why they're doing it. Rockstar is removing all offensive jokes and stereotypes, and thus turning into the company GTA would make fun of, all just to send a message. All these companies are sending a very clear message. Stop buying our products and go outside. When I read this article, all I could think to myself is, this is how you tell millions of people not to buy your game. All in just one statement. Yeah, this is totally not going to backfire and fail outstandingly. Especially in the light of the many bad things Rockstar has done in the last few years. Just for example, that disgusting, terrible definitive edition where they literally ported a mobile version of the earlier GTAs on console and then slapped a full price on it, called it a day, and then expected people to buy it. That was one of the worst business practices I've ever seen, and that was the first of many red flags. And I'm not even talking solely the graphics. They removed a shit ton of jokes in there too. The cracks are indeed starting to show. The writing has been on the wall. It seems like the quality of Rockstar has dropped like a rock, and I am not at all excited for GTA 6. I can't even believe I'm making this. GTA 6 without offensive jokes is like Sonic the Hedgehog without his iconic signature super speed. It's so incredibly stupid. I want you to really think about this. You can't have offensive jokes in Grand Theft Auto, a game where you commit simulated crimes like killing sprees, but they're worried about not offending people. We made a game that depicts gratuitous pretend violence, debauchery and substance abuse, but we draw the line at hurting people's feelings. The jokes and parody of GTA games are core to the franchise's identity. I know a big part of comedy in the GTA games was that they were able to use satire to make fun of just about anyone and anything. If you start to make exceptions and limiting who you can poke fun at, it's going to take away the fun of the video game. When you start to take humor out of everything, you start taking away what makes us human. Jokes have always been used as a cushion during very hard times. They boost morale. It does way more good than whatever you perceive as bad. You'd know this if you spent a day in your life outside your stupid little bubble. Developers are also being cautious not to punch down by making jokes about marginalized groups, the people said. In contrast to previous games, if you try to protect a group of people by treating them differently than other groups, you are essentially saying they are not equal. You're treating them like children. So if anybody is punching down, it's Rockstar by bending the knee. And on that bombshell, Rockstar should be hit in the wallet. If they think they can mess with the most popular video game franchises in history and not pay the price, literally, then they are severely mistaken and they need to think again. Mannix out.